Hello, hello, and welcome to a silly new project of mine. I decided to splurge and get access to GPT-4, the latest and greatest in large language models, the extremely impressive, extremely sophisticated, sometimes mind-blowingly complex text predicting algorithms designed by OpenAI. It's done some pretty amazing things so far. I don't really buy into all the general AI hype, but this thing does. Well, we're gonna see. Can it design us some Magic the Gathering cards? Now, designing Magic cards via AI has been a project that's been kicking around ever since neural networks were a thing and these sorts of text generators were a thing. But we're gonna see how much further we can go with GPT-4. So I've asked for quite a lot. I want a full breakdown, name, mana cost, type, subtypes, rules text. I also want flavor text. We're going to see if it can coherently write flavor text that matches kind of the general vibe of the card. And a description of what the card's art is going to be. Plus, I want it to be a legacy playable card. I don't want it to just generate junk and nonsense. I want to see if it can actually hone in on what the power level of those cards is. Which sounds insane, but this thing has been doing insane stuff before my eyes all day. And furthermore, can you please describe and justify why this would fit into the legacy format? So we're going to fire this off. I gave it a little example of Goblin Rabblemaster. And let's see how it does. I have no idea. Mystic Soulweaver. A human wizard. Flash. When it enters the battlefield, counter target spell unless its controller plays one for each wizard you control. Tap 2 untapped wizards you control, draw a card. This is new. These are new. These are just straight up new. This is okay. I'm already blown away. I'm actually already blown away. Unless these are just cards that already exist that I have forgotten about. Amazing. And knows about this, that it knows you're getting extra mana, and it knows about don't lose mana at the end of phases. Tidal Empathy. What a cool card. How many cards is it gonna make? It's just going and going and going. Okay. These are amazing. These are actually so amazing. I'm kind of blown away. Okay. Let's take them a little bit at a time. This line I think has existed before. Maybe? Oh, I need to format this. Wait, no. This is not what I want at all. I want parentheses. Has this ever been done? I don't think so. This is the only for each wizard you control effect. This is a entirely novel card. The flavor text is good. The art description is good. My idea is that I'll put the art description into DALL-E, and then we can actually make full versions of these cards. This is so clever. It's a little... I mean, these are like very pushed power level wise. But I don't think they're like insane either. Any number of creatures or planeswalkers. The fact that it can't go face, I think, is very good design. Mid-range or control deck that can take advantage of the board wipe effect while minimizing the downside of sacrificing your creatures. This is uncanny. I'm freaked out. This feels like pretty balanced too. It's in the right colors. The name is cool. This is so amazing. Scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you may put it into your hand, and Tidal Empathy deals 1 damage to you. This is like a little out of color, I guess. I don't know. There's probably cards that do this. I mean, Sylvan Library does it, but... Wow. Sea Creatures subscene. Okay, well, sure. These are great. Can you design a Planeswalker, a legendary creature, an artifact that costs 7 mana, and land? Holy crap. It knows the formatting for the loyalty stuff. I wasn't sure. I never told it explicitly how to do that. This is so real. Legendary creature Sphinx. Wow. Wow. Time is but a tapestry, and I hold the threads. That's awesome! My big artifact. That's a cool design! I like it! I like it! Is WotC out of business? Is WotC completely done? Okay. How far can we push this? Can you please design cards based on the most popular, the top tier characters from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Please reflect how... Nah. Let's just see what it does. It gets flying. This is amazing. This is like, oh my god, I'm like delirious. It's like 100 times better than I thought it could be. That's a little... By target creature? Maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's not too bad, because it's just kind of like a top-downer. This is mind-blowing. My blade is an extension of my will. Lullaby Menace. Whoa. This is so scary. I don't I don't even know, dude. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Can you please design a card with a new mechanic? Explain what the mechanic does and provide other examples of cards that use the new mechanic. Resonate. Whenever you cast a spell with the same commander mana cost as this card, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's pretty good. And it's called a Myrmidon? Okay, it's not gonna get too much interest in this. Oh, but that's pretty cool. This is not a bad design. I think this is actually a pretty interesting design. Wow. Like, it's not mind-blowing, but these are good enough to get upvotes on our custom MTG. I'm almost certain. Really? Like, how could they not be? Like, how... This is... wild. This is, like, okay. But doesn't it more incentivize a variety of spells at the same mana cost, so you can keep getting paid off? But I guess it also encourages a diversity of mana costs, so you can match up with all the different resonant creatures. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Please design cards for the main characters of Family Guy. Human clumsy. This is so crazy. She's a human advisor. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like my head just hurts. I've like become too powerful too quickly. And it's like no one should have this much power. I think Meg is not going to get a card. Because... the plump teenage son. Oh, no, she did. Okay, let human cast. I mean, like, what can't we do anymore? We just have infinite magic cards that are, like, pretty good. Okay, let's challenge it on the next layer. Let's see if it can really take over the WotC job. Please design Magic the Gathering set. Provide a description of the new plane setting that it would take place on, the central characters that the story involves and the main conflict that the set covers. Describe 3 new mechanics that are relevant to the flavor of the setting. Provide an example card for each mechanic. Also, provide, my Oki is screwing up, the most sought after card of the set, which shows a major event or character and is very high power level. Nexus of Origins. The plan of Ursalia is a world where the fabric of reality is incredibly thin, allowing energies and beings from other planes to seep through. This unique phenomenon has shaped Ursalia's environment and inhabitants, creating a rich and diverse landscape filled with elemental anomalies, planar creatures, and mysterious ruins. The plane's native inhabitants have developed the ability to manipulate these planar energies, and they are divided into 5 distinct factions, each aligned with a color of mana and representing a different aspect of the Ursalian way of life. Central characters. Thalia, the Planar Guardian, white, a powerful mage who has dedicated her life to maintaining the balance of the plane and protecting it from outside threats. Xander, the Nexus Seeker, a cunning and ambitious explorer, searching for the secrets of Ursula's origins and seeking to harness the plane's energies for his own purposes. Kale, the Elemental Warlord, a ferocious and ruthless leader of a faction seeking to conquer the plane and bend its power to their will. Veracia, the Shadow Manipulator, a master of deception and intrigue, using the plane's chaotic nature to sow discord and further her own ambitions. Raelius, the Nature's Herald, a wise and ancient being attuned to the plane's natural forces and striving to preserve its delicate balance. The set story revolves around a powerful artifact known as the Nexus Core, said to be the source of Ursula's unique planar properties. As the factions vie for control of the Nexus Core, tensions rise, and the plane's very existence is threatened by the escalating conflict. The central characters must navigate the treacherous politics and shifting alliances of Ursalia, racing against time to secure the Nexus Core and restore balance to the plane. New mechanics. Converge. You may tap any number of untapped lands you control that can produce any mana of any color. Ooh. Okay. Very weak, but okay. You may choose an additional mode or effect. So they've chosen 2 real card name or real mechanic names, but they came up with new ideas for that name. And then they reused resonance, but okay. Okay. It knows. Shoot, it didn't get to finish. It ran out of text. I asked for quite a lot. But this is pretty good. The mechanics make sense, I think. I don't know if this works within the rules. Untapped lands you control that can produce mana of any color. But I think it's pretty cool to reward you for playing like City of Brass Tribal. I don't know how many of those are how many of those there are. That could produce mana of any color. So I think that would also count things that like Cavern of Souls that produces any color but only for a specific creature type. It's still producing a mana of any color. Based on the number of different colors of mana produced this way. So caps out at 5. So this is like very weak. Because you're paying base rate base rate 4, 2 colors, plus more to get a very weak effect. But that's okay. I didn't ask for strong cards. This is like draft chaff. Entwine. When you cast a spell with Entwine, you may choose an additional mode or effect for each color of mana spent to cast it. Now, I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, Entwine is already the name of a mechanic, but that's fine. +3/+3 and gains trample, 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So automatically it's always going to be entwined, which is a little broken, but I think this is kind of neat for monocolor spells. Monocolor modal spells that unlock new modes as you pay additional colors. This is like interesting. Its effect is double its effect. This language does not exist in the world of Magic rules, but I actually think that's very cool that it's like pushing outside what the rules are capable of to come up with new ideas. I like this in general. It's just like you're pretty much always going to be casting spells that have the same color as permanents you control, if you control permanents at all, right? I think maybe the opposite would be more interesting. If you don't control any permanents that are green. That leads to some weird play patterns. Probably WotC wouldn't like it because it kind of feels bad. You kind of get stuck holding cards in your hand, not sure if you should play them or not. But it's like interesting. And here it had like definitely a great idea. The most sought after card being one of the main characters, the first one described. And this seems to be, it almost seems to be suggesting that this is like after the events of the story, that she gets to the Nexus first and is like the warden of it. Can you design a card for the Nexus core? Very interesting. So this is like a little broken in its wording. I think it probably means like permanents you control or permanents you own on the battlefield or something like that. But this is pretty interesting. It really, really encourages both multicolor and then playing not multicolor permanents, but like single colored permanents of each color. This is so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna call it here because I want to make this like a reasonable length YouTube video to watch, but I want to mess around with this more. My mind is just reeling. It's so much better at doing this than I ever would have guessed. No, I have one more experiment. I wanted to see how well it actually knows the legacy metagame. Can you design cards that would be playable in the following legacy decks? The Animator, Goblin Tribal, Delver, and I'm using kind of like slang, colloquial, you gotta know Magic to know these. Elves, and blue-white control. Okay. Pact of the Fallen. As additional cost to spell this, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Target player sacrifices a creature, you gain life. Would they play that? I mean, not really, because they don't really run that many creatures, so not that many creatures are going to end up in the graveyard. And if there's a card in the graveyard, you're going to just want to reanimate it like ASAP. Now that maybe could see play. Maybe. It's like borderline. I think it's very borderline. If you control an insect creature, draw a card, which is Delver of Secrets turns into an insect. It's a pretty weak synergy, but it's interesting. Not bad. I'm pretty sure that design already exists. But it gets that that's sort of something that would go into elves. Pretty weak. Okay. These are close, but somewhat weak to be included in the legacy metagame. Could you redesign them to make them stronger? Can it understand this? gonna find out. Woo! Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Broken. Extremely broken. Now we're getting some spice. Okay, pretty weak upgrade. Well, the 2 power is relevant. Not bad, not bad. Okay, okay. An interesting way to buff it. It's still just leaning heavily on this idea that you have a flipped Delver. That's cool! I really like that. I really like that design. It's a little better. I still think it's too weak. I mean, maybe. No, definitely not. But it's closer. It's closer. Okay, let's call it there. I'm gonna turn some of these into full cards with Dolly art to make a fun thumbnail. And then I don't know. I think we'll do some more of this later. This is pretty insane. Okay, bye.